Hello, everybody, and welcome to the stream. Today is going to be a hand cam. Yes, I believe that is what's on the agenda today. Pretty exciting, pretty riveting. I am really tired because it's Friday, but like, we're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this. I hope so, at least. I am, in fact, here. That is true. I am excited about this. I hope you guys are excited, too. I hope you're looking forward to it as well. Hopefully, I did not forget anything on my desk today. Like I think I mentioned earlier, I haven't done this in a while, so I might be a little bit rusty, but, you know, that's... rust isn't really that big of a deal. You just gotta scrape it off, and yeah, I don't think that's actually how that works, but it's okay. On their next video, before it's given 4K, it's a slide over coffee. Thank you! I already had 2 drinks with caffeine in it today, so I said no, I won't get another one. Hopefully I don't regret that. But, yeah. As you guys can probably see from the pinned message, in the middle of my streaming, there's going to be a patch drop with only 95 in it, so if you want one, probably should be on top of that. It'll restock eventually though, so don't feel bad if you miss out this time. It is the holiday season after all. I would probably miss out on it too. I mean, I'm gonna be in the middle of working, so you know, it's not really gonna pertain to me that much anyway. But yeah, let me get this ready so I can show you guys my dusty ass desk. Perfect. It's lovely. I love wearing these gloves. They're just so comfortable and goddamn. I wish that they actually were. That would make me very happy. Let's see. Alright. Da 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 da. You're probably wondering, what is this? Why is there nothing here? Well, you see, that's where you're mistaken, right? Because there's very clearly something before you right now. Let me actually move this over here so I can see it. We have this little tray that I got. It's chipped because Amazon sucks sometimes. But it's the holiday season, so we don't complain about things that are already broken. That's just a part of the appeal, you know? Sometimes things in life are given to you and they're already falling apart and you just have to make it work, you know? You just have to make it work. I did need the tray. What else do we have? We also have this, this stuff. It's a thing. It looks like fucked up cottage cheese, but it's actually very important to the process. Very I didn't even realize that's how bad it looked. No, it's not C4. It's not C4. Don't worry. That's a surprise tool that'll help us later. Let me move that over here. I'll just keep you aside for now. What else? Oh yeah, so I have, why am I struggling to think right now? I don't know, because I'm tired, probably. And then we have this. This is also not C4, by the way. This is also not C4. This is, modeling clay. Why this type of clay? Because it's pretty decent. I just bought this, so... But I've kind of used a little bit of it before. I don't typically sculpt with this sort of clay, though. I usually do kiln-fired clay, or at least I used to. This is air-dry clay, but it's like quality air-dry clay. There's a lot of... You see, I had to remove some of them to make this not C4 stuff. So yeah. Did I taste test it? No, but if you'd like a piece, here you go. Are you hungry? Here you go. Eat. Okay, no, it's fine. Alright, so, well, that, and what else do I have? What else do I have? I have my handy-dandy sculpting tools. That's... This is great. Stradley has announced, holy cow, I've been here for 10 months? Yes, you have. Thank you for your service, and thank you for your support. Here's a bag of, my handy-dandy tools that I just happen to have because I used to sculpt a lot and I kept all my shit. Hold on, there's more. Yep. Yep. Super dusty and disorganized. That's how you know I'm the real deal. Not the ATF has announced. Holy horse, I've been here for 3 months. Yes, you have. Yes, you have. It is a lot of tools. I should have cleaned these, probably. But, fuck it. You know what? It'll be fine. I'm sure it'll work out just fine. Lots to... I also have, no pipe cleaners? No. But I have this. Check this out. Check this out. This is, dangerous, so I'm probably not going to use these. But I have this set of X-Acto knives that I got for sculpting. Typically the clay is soft enough to where you're not going to need these, but if you need clean cuts, when you're rolling out slabs and stuff, that's what these are useful for. I don't think I'm going to be using them though, but I have them. That is a nice set of knives, thank you. You can get it off of Amazon, that's what you could do if you feel fancy. I also have a base. If you want to do like a figurine, you can use cork for it. And I also have this, hold on, I have to open it actually. I have this too. This wire is useful if you're setting up for the base. You have to, it would have been a good idea for me to get pliers or something. But I do have these rusty, these rusty little wire cutters here. How did they get rusty? I don't know. I don't even remember where I got these from. That's how you know they'll get the job done. I'm pretty sure these can cut through wire. Yep, that definitely is gonna cut through wire. Not optimal. What do you mean not optimal? It's fine. I could have sworn... Oh yeah, I do have other wire over here. But like, you can tell I've used this wire more because it's in a fucked up coil and I don't know how to manage wire very well. High carbon tools get rusty. I wish I had known that. I don't know much about maintenance, but you know what? Yeah, see, this is a thinner wire. It doesn't have as much support, but it's more malleable, so it's it works a little bit better. I forget what the difference is between them, aside from, I think it's literally just the thickness. It's like, both of them are galvanized wire, I think. I don't know what that means, but that's what Amazon said, and I needed it. Like I said, I traditionally do a different type of sculpting, which did not call for wire. So this is all very new to me. If this turns out well, though, I can promise you guys that I will be able to do some acrylic painting later, and we can even add a nice layer of varnish to it as well. Isn't that exciting? I feel like I need a Bob Ross level of excitement for you guys. I gotta hype this up, you know? I gotta make myself look cool. Alright, so, yeah, I'm trying to figure out the most optimal, super cool way to do this. I guess I can... you know, normally you have like a clean work surface to work with, but my dumbass forgot to buy a wooden board, so we're just gonna work directly on this. So here's the funny, quirky thing about clay. Let's just cut us a little piece. And I was thinking about this, you know, I thought, what would be fitting for the Umarmy? What can I create for them that will probably, like, slightly impress them? You know what, I think I'll make a horse soldier today. I'll do that for you. And I promise that I did not just decide that within the waiting screen, thinking about what to do. Oh, you bought the plush. Thank you, everybody who's bought the plush. I hope you enjoy it. It's not gonna ship till a little bit later, but yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I'm sorry that this is so, reflective, by the way. It is a very, very bright glare from my camera. It's quite, unpleasant. 1 of 5, 6, 7 days, give 5 carrots. Say galvanized means it is covered in a zinc coating. The process is highly toxic, but very good at fighting corrosion. That actually is helpful knowledge. I guess that's probably why they decided to do it that way. Oh geez, I haven't sculpted in so long. This clay is very soft, so, this is a good type of clay, if you're interested in it. It has like a nice softness to it, but it's also firm enough to where you can work with it before it starts to dry. And the thing about clay is, throughout the process, it's going to slowly air dry, regardless if you're doing kiln-fired clay or air dry clay. Which, of course, there's different processes. You know, some of them are air dry, some of them have to be baked in the oven. There's oven-baked clay, of course. But then you have to keep in mind what sort of paints you use on them as well. If you're doing kiln clay, they are baked at temperatures around I think high fire is about 1,800 degrees, so you have to use a certain type of glaze, but also if you're using an undercoat glaze, then the glaze will darken more if you're doing higher firing temperatures, but if you do lower firing temperatures, then you'll be able to get more clear colors. Just keep in mind how many layers you use on them, because you have to apply enough coats to it, so so that you can get a clear pattern throughout all, like it doesn't have like any patchy things. Typically 2 to 3 coats is enough if you're doing it like with a paintbrush, and then you have to apply a clear glaze over to make sure you get that glossy effect. But you also have to wipe the bottom of the piece so that it doesn't stick to the kiln shelf. Yes, layering is important. That's all info for the type of work that I normally do. I'm just going to wing this. I really love clay, by the way. I really love sculpting. In case you haven't figured that out by now, I should probably start working with this while I ramble to you guys. Yes, this is what passion sounds like. Who is this Kelvin guy, and what makes him so dang hot? That's a good question. I'm gonna need more clay for this. I'm probably gonna try to do most of it in one straight piece. I mean, this isn't like the optimal way of doing this, but fuck it, it's fine. Could do a seminar on how to do this. I mean, I was very passionate about it growing up. I don't know if you guys know this, but I didn't exactly have many friends. But I did have sculpting, so that's why I'm happy to be able to sculpt for you guys in my birthday week. I was pretty excited about that. So typically, if you're doing the other type of sculpting, you want to knead the dough before you work. I don't know if it works with this type of clay too, but it's to get air bubbles out, and then like with that type too, you want to cut it in half after you do it to make sure that the thickness isn't above like I think 1.5 inches. Otherwise, it can explode in the kiln, and it's very problematic. I sculpted friends? No! But if I had any friends, I would have made them shit. Okay, I'm very reasonable. I don't know how I want to do this. I have not touched clay in so long. Hello, Tomoe. Hello to you too. Welcome to the stream. Maybe I'll just like do like the rough body all in one piece. You might be like, what is this shit? Well, don't worry. I'm cooking right now. It's gonna manifest. Yes, we will make a small little horse. Look at that. That's already looking horse-like, isn't it? Can I sculpt a Fumo? Probably I could, but I don't know if I want to. The sculptures I've made so far, that was so long ago. I feel like I posted some in the server at some point, but I can't really remember. I wish I had airbrushes. I think that's good for this type of clay. I could never really do that sort of thing before, though. I wish I could show you guys this better. It's really rough in form right now, so I'm just trying to get like a base form going so that I can get the shapes right, and then I'll start carving out detail. I don't like this as much though. The pores of this are kind of weird. When did I get so talented at art? I don't know. I sculpted for like a year or so, and I was really into it, so I guess that's how. Nice work so far. I only just started! What do you mean? What do you mean nice work so far? It's just a little guy. It's just a little guy. It's all about how you shape it though. The best way to get a good form is an understanding of physique. I'm the type of person where I hate sculpting humanoid figurines, but I really love animals and objects, so I have a better understanding of animal anatomy. And I guess just objects are all very diverse, so they're... But you know, like, mammals in general, especially four-legged ones, typically have similar forms. Would I be able to sculpt a horse riding a horse? Probably, but I'd do it better with my usual clay than this. See, this one has, like, weird cracks in the pores. I don't know if you can actually see that, but... So I was supposed to make clay slip last night because it's supposed to absorb overnight, but... this cottage cheese looking shit is supposed to help fill in cracks, and the water helps seal that or something. I don't know, it's like magic, but you can like brush it on to help smooth out the form. I don't know how this is gonna work with this type of clay though. Don't try this at home, this is all experimental. I can't give good advice. I wish I was working with my preferred medium, but yeah, this will help us get a better final form. Assuredly. I know what I'm doing, to an extent. Artistic cracks back. Yeah, I mean, I'm a perfectionist when it comes to sculpting, so I want to make the form as neat as possible. I gotta show off to you guys at least slightly, but I'm also kind of nervous because I haven't done this in a couple years. And by a couple years, I mean like it's been like 5 years. Holy shit. It's so into arts and crafts. I'm not good at painting necessarily. I can do basic painting for figures though. But that's kind of different in my opinion. It's not quite the same, you know? I think the legs are more like this. I hope I can give you guys a pretty good final result. What material are my gloves? These are latex gloves, believe it or not. They're disposable, so I'm not really worried about cleaning them. I don't know why. I think that just throws everyone off because they're like, I've never seen brown latex gloves before. It's understandable. The art exhibit starts in half an hour. I kind of want to remake that one, have you guys ever seen that sculpture of like the tormented looking Mickey Mouse? And it says like, Father, I crave cheddar. I really like that sculpture, so I kind of want to replicate it someday. I could do that for you guys if you're ever interested in watching that. If you're even familiar with the image. I know at least one of you has to be. They're made out. Nah, these are just normal latex. Tomo, yes, that's me. What's up? Fabric looking latex? No, it's just the coloration that's confusing. That's all. Yeah, that's all it is, buddy. You know, if I do a bigger figurine, I think I'll try making a wireframe at some point. That would be a good idea. You might be wondering, Tomoe, why is it taking you so long to do something so simple? It's because you have to think about it in multiple forms. You have to think about how it looks from the top angle, and then you have to make sure that the figure is smoothing out in the way that you want to. You also have to think about it from the bottom angle as well. This is a very simplistic figurine compared to what I normally make, so I guess it's pretty easy. I normally do a lot more complicated figures than this, but I'm also trying to get a better feel for the clay. No gloves in the thumbnail, but gloves on stream? Those aren't my hands in the thumbnail. It's not even the right color, bro. Look. I don't know where my thumbnail person got that image from, but probably the internet if I had to take a guess. Fan art of a 3D model, would I ever use it? I don't know. I do not know. Oh shit, I need to make the stout whiter. Showing skin again? I dearly apologize. I will not do it. Hold on, I gotta widen the snout real quick. Let me cook. I got this. Okay, so here's how clay slip is supposed to work for those of you who aren't aware. So you take this, and it's called scoring and slipping. I'm not using the right tool for this, but whatever. You know what? I'll use this side. So let's say you have one piece, and you want to attach it to another, and you're like, I can't use super glue on that. It's gonna fuck it up. Of course it's going to fuck it up. It's not cooked yet, or dried yet, or anything. So you're supposed to like make little dash marks on the piece that you're trying to attach it to. Like this. Typically a little bit neater, more elegantly. And then the other piece, you also claw that shit up. And then you take your little your goo. This is by the way, so the way you make slip, you can actually Google it. I think you can use vinegar or water, but I think my teacher said it works better with vinegar. But you put a little bit into a container with like bits of clay that are like torn up, and you like have the water level just be directly above the line, and you let it soak overnight, typically, or you can be like me and do it right before the stream like a dumbass. And then you stir it up in the morning, and it'll have absorbed it, and it works really well to help bind the pieces together, because it's helping fill the pores out. So you just take a little bit there, and then you attach it like that, and then now it'll actually allow it to bind to the piece. Otherwise, you try to put it together, and it just doesn't work. And you can smooth it out and make it actually stick on. So good luck sculpting without that shit. It's a pain. It's a pain. You feel like this is just an excuse for me to own weird-looking knives? I don't even use knives most of the time. I use spatulas mainly. I have this tool for detail work. It's like, so the way detail work is, the main thing you want to do when the clay is at this level of softness is focus on the main body, because by the time it starts to dry a bit, you'll be able to do more defined details. As you can see right now, I can like imprint my hand into it and it'll like mold really easily. But as it dries slowly over time, you're going to be able to get more details in and touch it without fucking up everything else. So, if it starts drying too quickly too, you can add a little bit of moisture to help soften it up again. But you don't want to add too much moisture at once or it can damage the integrity of the clay, so you want to do a little bit at a time, and then you can wrap it in plastic to ensure that it absorbs it slowly, so that it's getting in there and doing its job. And yeah, in general, you want to dry pieces slowly. Well, that's mostly if you're firing them in a kiln. I don't think it matters too much with air dry clay. Yeah, just give it a spritz all over. Another good way to do that though is also what I like to do, because you really don't want to like spray water directly onto your piece, but you could get some wet paper towels and wrap it up in that, and then, yeah, then it'll absorb that water from the paper towels, and it works a lot better. A lot less risky, I would say. Okay, don't worry. By the end of this, we'll have a pretty good horse piece. Pretty good horse piece. I need to make sure that the angle is good down here. It is a cute little guy. I think the snout's a little bit better now. I can lower it down a little bit, like that. And then I think there's more... I'm trying to think of how high it goes back here. Probably like that. Gotta make a clear division here. Have I ever worked with 2-component epoxy putties? No, but I've had to use epoxy before, but that's mostly for repairing pieces in my experience. Mostly for repair. I've never tried to use epoxy otherwise, because my teacher always cautioned us about it. It's very difficult to use it properly. I don't have enough faith in my skills. Either that or, you know, it was a different time. Well, I was never supposed to sculpt, I just kinda did it anyway. I hope I don't mess this up. Everything is just so crackly compared to what I'm used to. Sorry that I'm not able to make progress quickly, by the way. Doing detailed sculpting takes a long time because you want to make sure your foundation is good. Hope this turns out. This is probably gonna be really scuffed, but we're gonna make it. Oh, I'm gonna run out of time at this rate, dude. I usually get in the zone and like start watching YouTube videos while I'm working, but then I look up and it's been like 8 hours, and so I can't really do that with you guys. I gotta be a little bit hastier. So I guess it's good I'm doing something this size, because usually the pieces I work on are a little larger than this. The process is fun to watch. I'm glad you think so. I think the body is supposed to be plumper. But I also don't. It's kind of hard because I don't have any 3D references for this. I only have 2D references. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with this little guy when I'm done with him. We need more dimension here. I don't know. See, some people are really good at drawing. All I know how to do is sculpt, and I never really thought that skill would come in handy for Screams. So I'm glad that you guys are enjoying it at least. Horse Bros are on a diet. I'll try to add some more width to him. I'm just trying to think about how to fill out his dimensions based off of my reference sheet, which is a little bit tricky, but it's okay. Let's see. Might need some more underneath. No, I think I can work with this. No, don't worry, it'll be a lot better when I'm able to paint it later if you guys want to watch that as well. But I don't know how interested you are in watching a horsewoman paint figurines. That could be a fun time though. I feel like we could have fun with it. I have a shit ton of acrylics, so may as well use them. I've just been like keeping them off to the side for a rainy day, you know? I was like, I never know when I'm gonna be able to sculpt again. Sculpting is a lot of fun. I mean, you don't need too much to get into it. You just need some basic tools. I only have this many tools because of how long I've been doing it for. Had to make my fair share of sculptures first, you know? Gotta paint it. Absolutely must for it to be a proper Umarmy soldier. Da 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 da. This is great. This is my happy place. Well, it's my old happy place. And then I became a streamer, and then streaming in general. So maybe I guess this is like my doubly happy place. I just wish that the white like clay didn't reflect so brightly. Like there wasn't such a strong glare. Ah. Let's see. I can see areas I need to fill out better, so I guess I'll start doing that. Me being a perfectionist is going to be the end of me, I swear. Soap carving? Is this what soap carving is like? It needs more, like, defined cheek area over here. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna make it work. It has to be perfect! It has to be a perfect rendition, you know? It has to have all the core elements, but the body needs to be plumper, that's for sure. Alright, what can I do? I'm cooking right now. And then I think the snout needs to be flatter, like that. Also, for those of you wondering, because I haven't done a hand cam since the Titanic, I will be continuing the Titanic soon. Now that I'm in my new room, that'll be a little bit easier. I was waiting to move first before I went back to that. So yeah, I will work on finishing that soon. Those are really long streams though, so if you're looking forward to watching me build Legos for like 8 hours straight again, don't worry, we'll get there. Well, we will definitely be resuming that soon. It's not too different from my old room, to be honest. I just had to move because of, like, reasons. Yeah, it's not too different. I have a new roommate, though. I'm not gonna talk about it much, but I definitely have a new roommate. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Lego Starship Enterprise? Not quite, buddy. Not quite. I feel like this side is more filled out. Is who edible? Wait, what do you mean edible, bro? What do you mean? I'm almost done with the base now. This actually went a lot faster. I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but gotta get something together. There's so many cracks in the form too. I'm just trying to fix these up real quick. USA. Well, welcome here. I'm just doing a little bit of I would say cooking, but there's no cooking involved with this process actually. This is just some nice soothing clay work. Yes indeed. Am I doing this right? I don't know. Wait, I'm supposed to be the expert here. I feel like my middle name should be US. Tomoe US Umari. I don't know why I struggled with that. I'm in the clay zone. Okay, so we need a little more on that side. I promise, guys, when this is done, it's gonna look so cool. Super neat. I need to make more markings in that, and then do that, and then I don't even know why I'm using this tool. I don't know if this is necessarily the best, but we're gonna do it. It's not cottage cheese, I promise. It's not. It just looks a lot like it, which kind of threw me off too. I have not had cottage cheese in a long time. It's like the curds and stuff, right? From I don't know what type of cheese it is, but it's a thing. It's definitely a thing. Forget everything except clay, sculpting, and streaming. See, the problem is I usually get in like a very zen zone when it comes to sculpting. And I'm trying really hard to focus on you guys too. I don't want to ignore you and focus on my craft. That'd be selfish. That'd be selfish! It's not my craft, it's our craft, okay? I'm sharing because I care. I'm not selfish. I'm not. Glad this clay is softer than the last batch I bought, though. That was kind of a bitch to work with. The mashed potatoes, oh hell no, bro. It's nothing like that. I just wish you guys could actually see what I'm doing. Maybe if I hold it up like this. Yeah, so I'm adding a little bit more here. It'll make more sense when I actually start to paint it. Don't worry. You made it at a good time. Every time's a good time when you're making horse figurines. I'm about to do the exciting part though. This is just the body, you know? Although in essays, the body is typically the most exciting part of it, but not in this case, no. This is just the foundation, you know? You can't build a nice sturdy brick home without a good foundation. So I'm building a nice foundation right now. It is a plump horse, bro. It is well fed, okay? It eats its sugar cubes. Look at that face. That's a face only a mother could love. Alright, that works though. That works. I think this is coming together quite nicely. Making him a little rifle. I mean, I could. I definitely could. Will I? I don't know. I'm not super confident right now. Maybe it's because it's been so long. I need to make sure he has good hind legs too. You know, nice for kicking things. There we go. Ugh, such a cute little fella. Yeah, he's pretty great. He's a little bit rotund, but we love this horse. We love this little horsey. Oh god, these clay bits. Yeah, see, clay dries really fast in smaller portions, so these clay fragments are already fucking messing up everything when I'm trying to keep a nice smooth piece. So I guess I'll just keep using. Actually, no, I'll use this tool. This is why I have a lot of tools, you know? I gotta use what I have. It's just well fed. Oh golly. Okay, that kind of works. I think this is a good base. It's good all over. Let me just make sure it's smoothed out properly, and then I'll start adding the other features, and then we'll have something that we can let dry for the final process. Quite frankly, I expected this to take longer, but that's fine. We'll roll with it. I do not know what I'm going to do with this figurine afterwards, but I will certainly own it. That's the fun thing about sculpting. They're great for gifts, but if you don't have anyone to give it to, you just kind of have like little knickknacks in your room. Gathering dust. Totally fine. Oh golly. Alright, this works. I don't even know if his face is fully shaped properly. I might have messed up. There's something about it that just feels off. Like, it's supposed to have a little bit more down here. Let me add a little bit more. We're literally right here. I know, I mean, I'm doing this for you guys, but I can't actually, like, give it to you, you know? It's just like, do you want me to, like, pass it? Here you go. Take it. Receive the horse! Thank you. I didn't mean to raise my voice, by the way. I like I said, it's been a long week. I'm a little bit fatigued, you know. I'm a little wary. So much work. So much damn work. Looks great. Thank you. I appreciate it. You received the horse through the screen? Hell yeah, dude. Too bad I can't raffle it. I mean, that would be kind of nice if I could. Oh, this works perfectly. God damn. So the basis of sculpting like this is addition and subtraction. You taketh away and you giveth back. That's why I want to try wood carving. I feel like just doing subtraction would be very interesting. Okay, the very defined lower snout area now. Yeah, maybe I should just like raffle it with like a little handwritten note, like, please take care of this horse, he needs to be well fed. It's not C4! No, it's not C4, it's different. Will it have a mustache? It's just gonna be a normal troop. I'm not ready to like branch out and do anything crazier yet. Just gonna like go into the business of selling horse figurines and just stop streaming anything but making more horse figurines. It's gonna become my very life's purpose, you know? Just creating more horses for the world. I feel like the world needs more horses though. I think did I do this right? I'm trying to Oh, I see where I fucked up. No wonder. Okay, so it needs to be a little more out there. Not looking at the reference sheet properly. That'll do it. So it should have this, but this should be up here. Can't explain it properly. My brain just understands 3D figures, but I don't know how to put it into words. It's like I can rotate the apple in my head and make it spin and make it do a backflip and shit, but I don't know how to explain it to you guys. Ugh, I did not make a goof, no, I'm just, you know. It's, when you have references, you should probably use them, but if you don't, then you just fill in the missing pieces with your imagination, which is also perfectly acceptable. I'm like petting under its face here. I need to like actually look up and see what you guys are able to see though, so I can show you something. Make more bang for your buck. Do you want me to like put explosives in this? I don't think I have any. I could probably get those little poppers that you get on the 4th of July though. Those are pretty nice. I mean, I'm afraid of normal fireworks, so those were typically what I lit as a kid. I gotta flatten the snout a little bit too. It's a little too much right there. A little too pointed. You have a lovely day as well. You hang in there. I hope you have a motivational cat poster in your future. And this is how I became a somewhat really good sculptor as a kid. I was very detail oriented. Very much so. The inspector's given 10 carrots. Say so sorry, Mr. Birthday Sergeant. Major bigwigs like field ops and the armory tends to be involved. I hope everybody cleared their weapons properly. I hope they're nice and clean, and you didn't have anybody have to repeatedly clean it until it was satisfactory. That would be very dreadful. But thank you very much. Thank you. I am just making a horse right now. Oh, Discord's down right now? Oh yeah! It was all of Discord. We're just getting 1.99 carats to say it's not C4, it's just C3. It has to be explosive to be C4, right? Y'all probably can't see this well, but look how nicely this is defined. Like, look at the curvature. Look at that shit! I did good there. That's pretty nice. That is a pretty nice figure. That's a pretty good horse soldier right there. And then, cause he's kind of like a chubby little guy, so his neck is just like that. Just like that. It is smooth. It has to be smooth. I will not accept anything less for one of my figurines. Now I can just take some extra clay bits here and smooth out the parts that aren't super smooth, just so we can get a nice solid figure all around. Making a pony? I am making one of the horse soldiers. You see the one in the top corner up there? Like what up there? You know, in the corner of chat? Yeah. That's you guys. I'm making one of you. This is the birth of a new conscript. I think this is how this works anyways. I'm sorry if I sound like super excited about this. I always loved sculpting so much. I was so passionate about it. I just don't have the time to do it anymore. But like, you know, when you love something like this, your love for it never really goes away. Even if you can't do it no more, you never really lose your passion for it. So I'm like still super passionate about it, even though I can't do it like I used to. You know, I may be old and retired now, but let me tell you, when I was in my prime, nothing could stop me. I was like a gazelle chasing a wild lion, cause I was just that unexpected, you know. I was that unexpected. Am I gonna name him? I don't know what to name him, honestly. I probably shouldn't put too much of this on. It's gonna mess up everything else, but okay, so we got the base done. I think that's pretty good. I could probably pick away at the little details behind this all day. You guys are getting a good grasp of my typical process now. It's okay. I appreciate you guys checking in whenever you're able to. There's never any pressure to watch me. It's always just at your own leisure, doing what you want to do. I just hope you guys are doing good in life. Because if you're doing good, then the horse lady is content. It means I've done my job, you know? I'll always be here if you want to hang out, but if you got shit going on, you do you, you know? As long as you guys are thriving, that's all that matters. That is my little, horse talk for the day. Yes, horse talk. I don't run in the derbies anymore. I was never a running horse in the first place. I can only lift. I do need to run more soon though. I have a fitness test coming up that I'm not prepared for. I'm not gonna fail, but I'm not going to pass as well as I would like to. So I'm going to run more soon. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just giving 1.9 carrots to say you can name them after chat members. Me. That's awfully biased of you, isn't it, buddy? Awfully biased. You know what? As long as we're just getting by, we're getting by. Okay, there we go. Little horse. Oh, I gotta make sure he stands flat. There we go. 'Tis the season to go and run in circles like a hamster at the mercy of those above us. But we do it because staying in shape is good, or so the military says. But honestly, without our standards, some people would really just like let go of themselves. So I guess it's good, you know, to just do it every so often. Just, you know, every once in a while. Flat, yeah, it needs to be flat. Oh, sorry, some cracks formed, so I'm just smoothing those out real quick. Not like big cracks, but you know, like I said, I'm not super used to this clay, so it's a learning process for me. Like a hamster? You know what? I probably did say that. I can't think too clearly right now. I am in a state of extreme fatigue and happiness because I get to do this and I get to hang out with you guys. So we're having a good time. We're doing our own thing. Alright, there we go. Oh no! Please stand evenly on the surface. Do not stress me out, little horse. Here we go. See his feet? Lay flat. That's what they need to do. This might be a little unbalanced. So when this happens with figurines, you know how I fix this shit? I figure out which part is lacking, and then we just add a little to flatten it out, to balance it out. We gotta do this. But I have to score and slip it on, otherwise it's not gonna stick! Come on, little guy, you're gonna get through this surgery. I should probably close the lid on my slip though, otherwise it's gonna start drying. You're in the early stages of the flu. I hope it passes quickly. That sounds very unpleasant. You got this, champ. I'm gonna put this, there we go. That's good. How do I resist the urge to squeeze when I hold the clay? Because I don't like undoing my work. The cottage cheese goes away for now. I know it's mesmerizing, but you gotta focus on the bigger picture here. We got an arts and crafts project to turn in, and we're running out of time. And by golly, it's gonna fall on me for procrastinating, so you know what, we'll see what we can do here. That should fix it. Now we shouldn't have balance issues. There we go. We fixed his leg. We fixed his leg up nice and sturdy there. That's what I like to see. I'm doing good today. I'm doing swell. Alright, you know what we have to add next? I have to do the damn tail. That's what I have to do. This is probably an easier part. I mean, you have to figure out the approximate size. The shape is pretty straightforward. I feel like I should be, I have so many neat hobbies and talents. No, not really. I don't think I have too much I'm good at, especially compared to some VTubers, you know? Some people are able to, like, actually draw and stuff. I can sculpt. What good is sculpting gonna help? This skill's not gonna help me in the real world. Okay? This is some frivolous shit right here. But you know what? I really love it, so it doesn't matter. It's whatever. Okay, I need more of this, so we're gonna pull it out. Got a score here. Da, 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 da. And then on the bottom of the tail, this clay. Usually when you're scoring and slipping, you want to make sure the consistency is roughly the same, but we do not have that luxury right now. 3D representations of my imagination from any angle. That sounds really metal when you put it that way, to be honest. I mean, shit. Look, see now? This is what I told you guys. This is what I told you guys. It gets more exciting when you start doing additions. You just have to make sure you have a solid base before you start adding shit. But we do have it now. So now I'm going to show you how to make it look nice from this way. To be good at sculpting, you have to have good foundational skills that you can build upon. And then you make sure the gaps are filled in. See, when you first attach it, there's little gaps in there. I'm basically just closing it down and making it look like a part of the piece without ruining the rest of the figure. You know, you gotta make sure it has dimension still all around. And the tail should probably curl out a little bit at the end, like that. Just like that. And then we'll do the ears and stuff next. That is a nice tail. And see how easy it is? You can try this at home, kids. You can definitely try this at home. It's gonna be done in no time. We totally got this. And I am glad that you guys appreciate how this is turning out as well. I'm just happy because, like, I always wanted to share you guys with this. I always wanted to share this with you, rather. I can't get my words out. I mean, I always struggle a little bit, but you know. I'm just happy that I've, like, gotten to the point where I'm able to now. There's, like, a lot I had to do. Cause sometimes, you know, I ramble about my old hobbies and stuff, but being able to share them is, like, is different, you know? It's special. It's a special thing. Plus, you know, I haven't done this in so long. I didn't know if I was still any good at it or not. I've probably gotten kind of rusty compared to how I used to be, but a lot of it is muscle memory, honestly. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. Kind of worried. Maybe I should have done more for the slip, but I think it'll stay on. If all else fails, that's what we have glue for. Miniature horse or capybara? It's a miniature horse. I'm making a little horse guy. It's gonna take a second, but we're getting there. Please don't peel off. There we go. I think that tail is attached pretty well now. Pretty well. I don't know how often I'll be able to do sculpting streams, but I'll try to do them at least, like, every once in a while. It's a lot of, well, it's not even a lot of prep, I just have to know what I want to make. It would be easier if I was working with clay I was more familiar with, though. But you know what, this is alright in its own right. It doesn't require a kiln, which takes up a shit ton of electricity space, and you actually, for most kilns, you need a special wiring system for it. In my own house, my old house that I lived at with my parents, I had to have a dedicated circuit thingy for it, because it takes up so much electricity. So it was just in the garage, and you have to have, like, a certain amount of clearance around it, and you have to make sure it's on concrete, and flammables are, like, a certain distance away. and you have to like monitor it a little bit and also air it out to make sure that the gases don't like, you know, kill you, because it lets out some pretty bad gases, so you have to ventilate the space that it's cooking in. And then, yeah, so we can't really do stuff like that in the barracks, unfortunately. Circuit breaker and earth connected. Yeah, that's what happens when you're working with things that get to like 1,800 degrees. I did have my own kiln. It was a tiny one though, that didn't require me to have to recircuit the house, because I don't think my mom would have appreciated that very much. But you know what? The cool thing about it was I could work on small projects there, and it was a good time. It was a good time. Oh, it's Shura! Hello! Hello! I'm making a little horse. It's so nice to see you. Hello. I hope you're doing good. Hope everything's going well. Aww. You caught me off guard. I was in the middle of like nerdy rambling about this stuff too, and I was about to like attach the ears because I just finished up the little tail there, so. I hope you had a good stream. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you, thank you. It's nice to see you all. I'm currently revisiting my old passion of sculpting, which is, you know, it's a good time. I wish it wasn't so reflective though, but I think it's going okay. I gotta think of what I want to do for the main. Maybe I should do the ears. No, we'll do the main. We'll do the main. Alright, how are we gonna do this? So first gotta do the rough shape up here, but then I have to think, okay, this doesn't want too much this, and then, okay. Oh dear. Yeah, it needs to go down the neck, so I gotta make it a little bit longer first. But then we'll attach it, and I might have to carve out some details from there, but this one might need to dry a little bit more first, because I think there's some slightly more complex shapes in the main, even though the whole figure itself is pretty simplistic. Don't fall off. Okay, so here's what we have to do. We have to attach it now. So I have to score and slip it again. So I have to make incision marks here. We're performing horse surgery once more. I'm really happy that I get to make the mascot like this. Have I ever seen a maneless horse? Well, people have posted like images of like hairless horses to me, and I've already mostly forgotten about that, but you kind of just reminded me about that. Here we go. We have slip again. And yes, it's actually drying out. I should probably add more water. But that's okay. It should work out for now. I am doing horse surgery. That's too much of that. I am putting on the mane. It's the main appeal. I'm sorry for the stupid jokes right now. I'm just really giddy. Get it? Cause it's a horse? Yeah. I didn't even mean to do that. Oh, wait, okay, yeah, I did that properly. We'll give him his hair now. We'll go from there. It's so stylish, except not really. Has to. And then the last part I'm gonna have to do after this is adding the ears, but that's no biggie. What do you mean unsubscribed? What do you mean, bro? A medical license for surgery? No, this is like unethical black market practices right now that we're performing. Have I tried sculpting with Play-Doh? No, I haven't yet. I think I might have as a kid a bit, and then my mom was like, oh, you could be like a sculptor when you grow up. I don't know if she was like trying to coerce me to like go to art college or something, but that's not what ended up happening. No, I became a VTuber instead and confused her. But I did end up picking up a passion for sculpting for a while. So I guess maybe she was onto something. Give your kids creative toys and maybe eventually they'll make like a proper hobby out of it, you know? His mane's a little bit chunky right now, but we're gonna smooth it out, don't worry. I just have to make sure it's attached properly before it starts to dry a bit. Going to art school was a mistake? That's what everybody has told me who's gone to art school, because like, don't they just like tear you down a lot and teach you things that you can like self-teach yourself? Because there's a lot of resources online, right? That you can pick up stuff from. And then you end up going into debt, and it seems super stressful. But some people say it's for like connections. Was art your favorite subject in school? No, I prefer mathematics and science. Mostly calculus and chemistry or biology. Those are ones that interest me a lot. But I did like sculpting a lot in school. Even though I was supposed to do ceramics, I decided to sculpt instead. But my teacher was really supportive of it, so even though I wasn't doing the assigned projects, he was letting me work on it, and I was even able to stay after school sometimes because some of the parents of the other kids would volunteer. And so like I kind of just like sat there while the sun was going down working on my projects. So that's another reason why I came to love sculpting so much. That and like, I've explained this before, but basically, you know, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this, but growing up, sometimes it feels like you haven't found something that you're really good at, and then it feels like you're watching other people who have found their passion and they're like super amazing, and you're like, why don't I have anything like that? Am I just like am I not good at stuff? Like what's the deal? But then eventually like somebody compliments you on something that you did, and you get praised for it, and it's like the first time you've ever like felt like you've stood out in any way. That's how sculpting was for me. Like I wasn't really any good at sports in school or anything, but my teacher said that I was good at sculpting, like from the very first sculpture I made, which was like super awful, but he said it was amazing, so I was like, I can be amazing, and I can make things that I can share with people. And that was just like super exciting for me. So ever since then, I've just been, you know, well, at least for a couple years after that, I started sculpting more, but when I joined the military, I wasn't able to as much anymore, but that's okay. It's why I bought this clay, so that I could at least do a little at home, even though it's like not quite the same, but it's, you know, it lets me practice. Supportive teachers are amazing. Those are the ones you really remember. Honestly, the only teachers I remember from school still are the ones who let me express myself creatively. Like, the ones who didn't say, no, you have to do everything a certain way. It's the really cool ones, you know? Those are the ones who teach you lessons that actually stick with you for a lifetime, instead of just fulfilling the core requirements and getting it out of the way. This main is not perfect. I'm getting all perfectionisty with it again. Let's see, what can I do? I think I do have a tool for this. I need the one, no, that's a paintbrush. I don't know why I have a paintbrush in there. I hope I have it. I mean, I feel like I just saw it a minute ago. Let me put this down. I have a lot of particular tools that I haven't really used much before, but they all have good purposes. Like, you can do some pretty intricate patterns. A lot of the techniques I learned out self-taught with though. So yeah, here we go. This one's good. So I don't know if you guys know this, but when it comes to sculpting, direct touch is really important, like carving things with your fingers. So I always kept my nails short. I still do because I weightlift, but that was part of what I did in school, at least, was so that I didn't like poke holes in my sculptures. So this is, it's like a soft rubber tip, so it lets you kind of smooth things out without messing things up. It's kind of nice, honestly. It's about the delicate finishing touches. Although the clay's not gonna dry for a bit anyway, so I'm probably worrying too much. It does make sense. It's all about like the little techniques. I feel like compelled to add more texture to this, just like out of habit, but this is supposed to be a simplistic figurine, so I'll keep it in the realm of what's acceptable. Or rather, what at least I would expect for this. What a cute little horse. I know, I just have to add the ears. The mane is still too chunky though, but that's what we have. Let me see if I can find the tool. We can use this one. This one might be, wait, hold on. We'll use, this one. This one's pretty good for that. So, here we go. And this is just a carving tool. So this helps you carve away excess clay. But you have to be really gentle with it when the clay is still this soft, because it kind of takes chunks out otherwise. Just like that. And that helps get rid of some of the excess bulk, because I made it a little too tall. But when you're doing things with dimensions like this, you always want to have it out towards the outermost and then carve in. Because it's easier to subtract clay than it is to add, especially when you take into account the scoring and slipping process. Eagle wings? What are you talking about? There's no wings on this horse. He's just a simple little guy. Look at him. Finally coming together. I feel like I should have made something more detailed, but like, honestly, it would have taken too much time, so this is pretty good for a first project on stream. It's not particularly, holiday spirity, but you know. What about multiplying clay? You know, I haven't figured out that trick yet. I'll let you know when I get there. A horse, not a Pegasus? No. This is no Pegasus. I don't know if we have any Pegasuses in the Umarmy. Is the plural of Pegasus Pegasuses, or is it like Pegasi? I don't know how that shit works. It's pretty good for a first try. Thank you. I have not touched clay in several years, so I am honored that you think so. I do have a lot of puns. I might have carved out too much there. It's just my nature, though. Pegasi sounds about right to me, too. Sounds about right. We'll do it like this. We'll make it kind of wavy. I don't know if it's, like, exactly how it's supposed to be, but that should do the trick. There we go. Wavy mane right there. Nice and detailed. Final part that we have to add that isn't going to be painted on is the ears. You guys might be wondering, how do you do ears? Well, the best way to do something like that is by taking a singular piece of clay, like this, and then you want to get it into an even piece as much as possible, which is about approximately the size, you know, probably wondering, is it not a bit much? Yes, it is. So, we take it and cut it equally in half, so the ears are the exact same size. It's easier to do it like this, and then shape them out together so that you don't have too much of a discrepancy when you're trying to add on a little bit more afterwards. I am not going to squeeze the ball of clay. If I wanted to squish clay, look at how squishy this is. You see this? You see how malleable it is? How easily formed it is? How easily broken it is? Now imagine if it was like this. See, this is not as squishy anymore because this has been air drying slowly. I cannot squish it as much. That is why you want to keep your clay away from the open air. So I actually need to fold this in a little bit and not do that. Oh, getting clay dust on my desk. That's fine. I'll clean up afterwards. What kind of detonator does that clay need? It doesn't need a detonator. It's not C4. Does this really look like C4 to you guys? Does clay taste good? I don't think it'd be particularly delicious, in my unprofessional opinion. I need to curve this in a bit. There we go. There we go. Equal form. It looks like fondant. How does fondant taste? My mom always told me it tasted disgusting, but I've never actually tried it. I am quite curious. Are these ears too big? I think these ears might be too big. No, I actually don't think they are, huh? Maybe a little bit. So I'll take off a little bit from the end, and then that should be a good size. For some reason, I ended up with more on that side, so it's fine. Does the Umarmy use horse-shaped C4? Yes! Yes, they do. Hello, first-time watcher. Just came to check on you. Thank you very much, and welcome to the stream. I hope you have a good time here. We are currently making a little horse, which means that I should drink some water afterwards. I better hear you with what? Huh? Here? Huh? What are you talking about? These aren't horns. These are ears. These are ears. These are hearing receptacles. Getting the ears in shape? Oh, yeah, I'm mostly like doing it absent-mindedly with my fingers right now, but it's about like this. And then they're like this. And then we're probably gonna use something to like make them a little bit hollower on the inside. Alright, let me put them on now. So the ears attach. Oh, there's a crack forming. That's not good. You know what? I'll fix that in a minute. the biggest thing. That's why I say you guys have to dry your clay slowly or cracks will form, and it makes you hit the panic button mentally a little bit, but that's okay. That's okay, we can fix it. Can fix it up lickety-split in a jiffy. Do not panic. It's going to be okay. Alrighty, here we go. Here we go. That's one ear on. Oh god. Oh god, don't get cracked, no! No cracking. No cracking. I need you guys to hold together. I can fix it, but it's still slightly concerning. It means I need to work faster, because this is drying faster than I anticipated. So when you're working with fired clay, it dries a lot slower, so you can afford to take your sweet ass time, but I guess that's not so much the case with this, so I don't even know how I would make a more complex piece, to be honest. However, them ears are coming together. Let me just get those on. Definitely gonna have to carve those guys down a little bit, but it's not too bad. Yeah, it's not. Oh shit, I'm fucking up the mane. I should have had. You know, I kind of had a feeling that would happen. Since Lord Commander's given 5 carrots to say. Since when did horses have hands, and why are they so cute? What is happening? What are you talking about, bro? I need to have hands. I need to. It's how I get stuff done. It's how I strangle the life out of people who try to steal carrots from the field at midnight. Not using water to prevent clay from drying? That's what this is. This is a mixture of clay and water. It's not particularly good slip, but it is slip nonetheless. I just really should have left it overnight. I've learned my lesson though. I'll try to get this proper next time. Remember, always do your prep work before you go in to take the final test. Why is this ear so weird? Thank you very much. I'm glad that you guys are having fun with this. I wasn't sure how it'd go. I mean, look at this. This isn't shabby, right? It's all right. It's not perfect, but like that is definitely a horse. The ears are just a little bit big, but it reminds me of a simpler time in life. He's just keeping his ears open. Just a little horse. Just a little horse. Big ass ears though. They kind of look like mine though, so I'm cool with that. The real fun part is going to be when we're actually able to paint it. That's what I'm looking forward to the most. Just kind of getting some details out now. I kind of want to wait for the ears to dry a little more before I try to carve out the inside parts, which are going to allow us to have more dimension on them. Lord Commander's given 5 carrots to say it's plenty patriotic, and that's all well and good with me. Look at her go. Thank you very much. What's his name? Horsey. I don't know how to name him. Don't put me on the spot like that. That's rough, man. I don't know what to do. I don't work well under pressure. Unless I absolutely have to. Unless that's what I'm told to, unless I'm ordered to, you know, it's a little different then, but otherwise it's like, I don't know. Yeah, Horsey the horse. Haven't you ever, like, given a dog a really stupid name before? You guys can't tell me that you haven't. Everyone's done it. Everybody's fucked up a pet's name. Usually at a younger age, but you know, 123 and I'm still making mistakes. That means there's hope for you guys. I'm setting a positive example right now. You're welcome. Named a dog cat once? Was it like short for something longer, or did you like straight up just like name it that? We have a cat named Jim. Okay, so like, how do you guys feel about giving animals human names? And no, I'm not talking about myself. This does not apply to me. I mean, like if you walk up to a dog, like a very angry looking pit bull, you're like, oh, what's his name? What's this little guy's name? You're like, oh, this is like Richard. It's a pretty cool dog. I love him. It's kind of weird. No, it's normal. It's normal. It's something people, you know, probably more common in some places than others. Crush Knuckles is given 2 characters to say he has your ears. I'm not a mom. I'm not. I'd be more like a very disgruntled uncle, if anything. Well, it worked out. Maybe my Wi-Fi is, scared. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, we're fine? We're good? Okay, so it actually did happen. It was not a false alert. Yeah, be advised. Wi-Fi not good right now. Discord's killing the stream? It's gonna be fine. Don't be scared. I promise. I need a little more clay on the end here, but then I think that should be about good. Luckily, I was almost done anyway. Something went wrong. Error 404, horse not found, perhaps. Something along those lines. Deep Spectre's given 5 carrots to say I'd name my dog Gropnar the Destroyer or Momo. But, like, would you name, like, a really small creature that? That's my question. Could it be, like, a really dainty animal with that kind of name? I feel like, Barrack's Wi-Fi is run by a lot of really energetic hamsters who are just doing their best. Really good sculpture so far? Thank you! I'm sorry it's so basic. I feel bad. Like, I promise I normally do things that are more complicated, but those take a long time, and we don't have a long time, so we're just gonna make it a good time. There we go. Little horsey. He needs his ears hollowed out, though. Needs more minor details. I feel like the simpler the form is, the more perfect it needs to be. Like, the smoother the little aspects need to be. Let me put my spare clay away, though, because I'm not going to need any more pieces, I don't think. So you have to preserve it by shoving it back into the bag. Double bag that, bitch. There we go. Now it's perfect. Your stream was buffering? Don't worry, it's not a you problem, it's a me problem. I'm the problem here. Having fun watching me have fun? I am having a blast right now. Not because it's a C4, but because I'm having fun. And I'm glad you guys like it. Little horsey, little horsey. Horsey the horse. I would die for this horse. I would die for him. I'm trying to think. How am I gonna haul the ears? Maybe if I just like do an imprint? That might work. Actually, no. I have a tool for this. Now you guys can understand why Tomoe has so many tools. It's for this purpose. However, I need a stabilization point so that the whole ear doesn't bend off. Where did I get the clay? I ordered it off of Amazon. Amazon has a lot of crazy stuff. I'm gonna need, not this tool. This one's not gonna work. There was one that I saw earlier. Yeah, this one. This one here. This might be too fine-tipped, though. Our commander's given 5 carrots to say your great-great-great-great-great-grandfather is Teddy Roosevelt's horse, Texas, the same horse that hefted Teddy into the Battle of San Juanville. How did this lore happen? You know what? I mean, I guess that kind of works. I mean, shit, yeah. I'm not that, wait, I'm 123. You might be off a little bit there, buddy. You might be off a little bit. Okay, so first we're gonna hollow out this part here, like this. And then we're going to smooth out the insides and make it have a nice curve to it by using this tool here. Just so that it all closes up neatly, like that. Don't want to do too much though, don't want to take too much away. I use these tools on spot. No, I'm not hurting anybody. I am a very harmless woman, all things considered. I probably should have done this to both sides first, but whatever. Yeah, that about does that. Yep, that looks about right to me. See, you just have to, like, wing it, you know? You just have to wing it. If it works, it works. Don't question the process. It's all about thinking... Well, I don't even know how I know how to do this. I don't know how I know how to do this. I just kind of do it intuitively at this point. But you need, like, a really steady hand for it, too. And you have to think about the final result while you're taking things away. So if you carve out some of the center, that's the first step, like that. And then you take this. And then... You worked on pottery? Yo, fellow clay lover, let's go. We love to see it. I don't know how often VTubers do clay streams. I mean, they're pretty technically complicated. You need a lot of materials. And you have to actually, like, know how the clay works. Otherwise, you're just gonna end up with a bunch of lifeless dry clay and probably get really stressed out. I probably couldn't do this if I didn't have any prior knowledge, at least. I wouldn't feel confident. I could probably try, but you know. I mean, I'm gonna try wood carving. I did promise I would try wood carving, so, and I've never done that before, so maybe it is just a matter of saying, let's just see how it works out. A little fuse on the table? No! Typically how I would do this is, after I get to this point where, like, the form is pretty much done, I would take a damp sponge and go over it, just to make sure the last details are good. This is really not clean, so I'm not going to be able to use that anymore because there's too much dried clay on it, so I'm going to just keep using this one. Wood carving seems very complicated, but I want to do it. Anime Fighter has given... Oh, that's an announcement. Are you going to be painting this after sculpting it? Hope you've been doing well and staying warm. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I can sculpt... I mean, I've already sculpted it. I can paint it in a different stream. I have the acrylics for it, and I have a varnish, so... I wouldn't mind doing that if you guys are interested in seeing it painted. I don't know how interesting the painting process will be, because I'm not a great painter, but I can probably do some pretty neat stuff with it. Because the figurines I did work on before did have, undercoats and stuff. I'm used to painting simple things like this, so I guess it works. I can do that. That's not a problem. Okay, I'm trying to think of what else I need to do on this little guy. He's pretty much done, to be honest. Like, any other detail work I want to do has to be done after it's dried a bit more. We're trying to play the long haul here. Trying to do this the right way. Let's see, this is my horse. He's a nice horse. It's not much, but it's honest work. Kind of reminds me of like those blank figurines you would get at an arts and crafts store. So that's like, it's gotta be a good sign. Well, it's not about not showing your fingerprints. I mean, it probably wouldn't really show up anyway. I'm just trying to make sure this is like nice and smooth. Normally I would do this part with my fingers, but it works with a glove anyway, so. Oh, my horse is amazing. Thank you. It's because of you guys that I can make an amazing horse. I definitely made the ears too big, but that's fine. It's not a big deal. Looks good. Damn. You guys are being nice. Thank you. Not too bad. Not too bad after all this time. Horse lady still kind of got it. See, at this point, this is when I get engrossed into little details that only I will ever really notice. But actually, details... The smaller issues, come out more when you're doing the painting, so that's why it's important to get this right. But also these ears are really soft, so I can't do much with this. But I also really want to fix it right away. The auditory glands. That sounds so weird when you put it like that. Also, if this, I don't know, cause like, these things, they seem easy to make, but then you actually start making it, and like, there's, the fun thing about 3D art is you have so many perspectives that you have to look at simultaneously. You have to make sure that everything, see like this, you don't want one side here to be bigger than one side here, so you gotta make sure that's smoothed out. That's what I was doing in the beginning. You have to make sure it rests evenly on the bottom surface, so gotta have the legs more or less even. That the face comes down far enough that the tail is more or less centered and has that nice little curl at the end that we were looking for. The mane sits right there, which it does. The ears are good as well. Yup. What kind of clay is this? It's paper clay. It's paper stone clay, I believe. It's not a hamster! It's not, it's a horse! It's a little horse. Little green behind the ears? I hope not. Though I have had pieces mold on me completely. So, you know, if you don't work on a piece for a while, you typically have it wrapped up in plastic and a wet paper towel, like I mentioned earlier. But the problem with that is, if you live in a place where things mold, then you'll pick up your piece and it'll be covered in black mold spores. Now, don't panic when that happens. It's perfectly natural. It is perfectly normal for it to be covered in moldy paper towels and mold spores and all sorts of other horrible shit that you didn't even think could grow on clay. All you have to do is scrape it up and clean it off, and you can just keep on doing it. Because you know what? That burns off when you're firing it anyway. So it's not a problem. Even though I think I'm allergic to mold, it was never an issue. That never stopped me from pursuing my dreams after abandoning a piece for 6 months. Shouldn't stop you either. Although I would advise starting what you finish a little bit sooner than that. But just know that I, too, have been guilty of procrastinating at different points of my life. It shouldn't freak you out. My teacher always said, "Oh, don't even worry about it, man. It's just a part of the process." Especially if, like, it came back from a break and things were molding and kids were screaming and panicking and just losing their shit. It's not a big deal at all.
Funds to help feed the hamster.
The hamster? It's not a hamster, it's a horse. Nice bronze apple, though. Thank you for playing the gotcha. I think that about wraps it up. I mean, there's not really too much more I can do on it this stream. I'll probably just let the little dude dry and then paint him next time. It's about the best I can do. I say that, but I'm probably gonna be, like, finicking with details after this. Just to make sure he dries perfectly. That's what we do around here. That's what it's all about. Overall though, horse done. I do hope you guys enjoyed the stream. It wasn't my longest stream ever, but it was definitely pretty good. I mean, actually, no, it went on about the length of a normal stream, so pretty good timing. I don't know how long painting it would take though. I feel like that would be a really short stream if I just painted it, so maybe it would be like part painting on something else, or maybe I would have to make other pieces first. I'm not sure. No barracks kiln, unfortunately. I don't know if I'd be able to petition for one to be built, but probably not. Well, I say built, but it's more like you have to get the wiring fixed up, and then it's kind of expensive to get a kiln. They're usually like 3,000 or so, but I can't be selfish about it. No, this is air dry, so it's fine. We can use acrylics for these, but normally you would have to get a specialty underglaze. There's like 3 different firing ranges. There's low, medium, and high. And you have to get certain types of clay for those each. You can get, okay, so clay, I'm trying to think of how to explain this. A lot of it's just processed from different parts of the world. There are certain places like Arizona where you can get really good stoneware, I think. Or so my mom once rambled on to me about, because she wanted me to make her some mugs. But I'm not really good at that. I'm only really good at figurines. But I probably still could have pulled something off. But you just have to make sure that your clay is the right firing temperature for what you want to do, and then you just throw it in the kiln. But you have to kind of take a class on how to use a kiln. They typically are like an hour or 2 long, so it's not too bad. Immaculate horse. Well, I'm glad you guys think so. I'm glad you think so. I think this was a fun stream. I appreciate you guys being patient with me as we worked out this little magical guy. I just wish I could show him off clear, but there you go. That's a horse. Voila. Perfect. Also, I guess my final note is the patches, the new patch should be dropping right now if anyone wants to pick that up. There's only 95 in the batch, so like I said earlier, get one while supplies last. It's a pretty good design, so that's cool. I think that about that. Yep, that's everything for me though. I've said my piece. Let me go to my other screen now. And we're back over here. Wasn't this a good time? This was a good time. I was tired when I started this, but now I feel like super energized. I entered my Zen state and I ascended. Or some shit like that, I don't really know. But I'm peaceful now. Everything is good now. How do I want to do this? Let's see. I am currently cooking. I am concocting a strategy. One second. Please bear with me. You were meant to sleep after the stream? Really now? Well, I was trying to see if I could raid anyone, but I don't see anybody streaming right now. I guess it is like kind of a weird time of day. But I don't know. It was a nice time. Thank you guys for sticking with me through this. I'm glad you had fun as well. I will now be going to bed. Well, I'll be going to relax and then I'll go to bed. But you guys have a good rest of your night, and thank you for stopping by. It was nice to see you all, and it was nice to meet the new people here as well. Tomorrow I will be going over the PowerPoints that were submitted throughout the homework assignment that I gave you guys. So we'll see what you guys are going to subject me to, and what I'm able to teach you guys from that. So yeah, that should be a damn good time. I don't know how long that stream's gonna take. There were quite a lot of submissions, so we'll see. Hopefully I learned something that I otherwise would not have learned. That's probably where the fun's gonna be in it, honestly. Hey, Alaska has announced Feral! I'm gonna post a Feral now too. I don't want to lose. There you go. There's a Feral for you back. I don't lose when it comes to that. Anyways, yes. Good night, everybody! Stay warm, stay hydrated, and have a good rest of your week. Which shouldn't be hard since we only have one day left. Let's go.